Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are excited because it is the ultimate eyeshadow palette ranking, the 2025 ranking, the one we have all been waiting for. I've taken my time on this one because I knew it was going to be hard, and it really is. We have a lot of palettes to get through. 130, around 130. I can't remember exactly, but there's a lot, and I'm excited. Let's just say, when they were good, they were really good, but when they were bad, they were really bad. But I will say, there wasn't a whole lot of bad ones this year, but there were a few. But we're gonna get into it. I am excited. Like I said, I hope you guys are excited too. I do have my #1 palette on my eyes, so leave your guesses down below of what you think my #1 palette is gonna be. I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it. This is probably gonna be long. I hope you brought a snack because we're about to get started. Welcome back, you guys, and if this is your first time here, there is one thing you must know about me. Well, several. One, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, but especially colorful makeup and indie brands, which makes up a vast amount of my collection. I love them with my whole heart. I have a lot of favorite brands. I love discovering new favorites as well. But if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts on this ranking down below. And I would, honestly, you're gonna have to let me know, like, what were at least your top 3 palettes of the year. They don't have to be new, just the ones you use the most. I love hearing about everyone's favorites. Sometimes I discover some of my new favorites through you, so I appreciate your thoughts on that one. So before we get into the video, I do have 5 palettes here that I picked up this year, but I have not tried them yet. So I did want to mention them, but I didn't feel comfortable ranking them because it's not fair to rank something I feel like that you haven't really tried. So 3 of these are actually new palettes, which is why I haven't gotten to them yet. Starting with the La Petite Mansion from Gourmande Girls. This was in the ice cream beauty box. This is a gorgeous fall palette. I have already swatched it. I planned on doing looks with it, but then other stuff came in. And it's still really new to my collection. I'm still planning on doing something with it, but I do think it is so beautiful. The shimmers are so gorgeous, and I could see this being higher up in my ranking for next year. I did buy it this year, so I thought I could include it, but it will probably be in next year's ranking. All of these will. Hopefully, you know, I'll make it a point to get to them. So this one I also got in the ice cream beauty box. This is Chantico Beauty, and I don't know what the name of this is, but I've not tried this brand yet, I don't think. At least not what's coming to the top of my head, but this is absolutely stunning. I have not swatched it or anything yet. These shimmers look very promising, and I am excited to maybe do something with this because she is gorgeous. There are some really beautiful shades in here. And then I also have the Royal Rose. This was gifted to me by one of you, and I am so happy to have this. This is the first palette that Cosmic Beauty came out with, and it's the only palette I was missing from the brand, and now my collection is complete, and I love that so much. I think this color story is beautiful, and I am very excited to create looks with this and play with it. I will probably create looks with this one off camera since you can't get it anymore, which is why it truly was such a gift. They sent it to me because I was so mad at myself for not picking that one up and feel so lucky to have it now. Then we also have the American Psycho. Now this one I did buy when it was released, but then I got it and I was kind of underwhelmed by it, so I never even reviewed it. I need to give it a chance. I do really, really love the Wicked Widow formula. They just launched their new collection, and I did pick up a couple of pieces from that, and I am so excited to get it in. But I want to try this because, like I said, I do like their formula. I just didn't realize, I think, how neutral heavy this was. And I don't mind a neutral, but these are like neutrals. You know what I mean? Am I making sense? Probably not, but... Then I also picked up the Tainted palette from Jolie Beauty. I bought this to review, and it got stuck in customs for so long that by the time I got it, it was considered old. And I know people hate it when creators and I, like myself, say things like that, but it's true. Like, some people will still watch the older palette videos. I like older palette videos myself, but they don't do well, and to put like all your time and effort into something for it to fall flat is like very disappointing. So that is why I don't do a whole lot of older videos with older palettes, but I will say I tried them recently and I had a very fun time with the palette that I picked up, the Cryptic, which you will see in this video. So I do really want to try this. There's some really pretty shades in here, like this red draws me in. I wish I would have gotten it at like a normal time so that I would have been able to do a like full review on it, but I did pick up 2 cream blushes and some lip liners alongside that, and I loved it. I loved it so much. And I also got some lip stains, and I loved those as well. Like, my experience with them so far has been really good. Now, this eye is being so rude to me today. I will say, I did my makeup and then had to go power wash my back porch. And other than my allergies making this one get splotchy in the inner corner, it held up like so well, honestly. But I wish my allergies would work with me today because it's very annoying. But I do love this look so much. Honestly, it goes with this flannel like too well. But I'm gonna hush. We're gonna get into the actual ranking now and start at the bottom because it would be no fun if we started at the top, obviously. I always feel guilty putting a brand at the worst palette of the year, especially when it's a really small indie brand, but I gotta keep it real. So this one I did get in PR, and I was very grateful. And it is from, I think it's MVNDI makeup, but the font is like very blurry. It's kind of hard to tell. But we have the Mint City eyeshadow palette. And honestly, the color story on this is not bad. But so we have a pressed glitter in here, which I don't ever mess with pressed glitters at all. And then the other shimmers are like really pretty though, I will say that. But the matte formula is like very, very bad. And the matte color story doesn't make sense to me at all. And that's coming from someone who loves a chaotic kind of color story. I just felt like this really didn't make sense. And the artwork is like a picture that was stretched too far. It just, I mean, I don't know how long they've been out, and I really do not like giving a small brand a bad review, which is why I decided against even reviewing it. But I am curious to see how much they improve over time. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Coming in at 120 is the Morphe Sky-Fi palette. Both of these palettes are palettes that I am decluttering, but I did have to bring them back out for this video. So the shimmers in these are really pretty. One of them, if not both, I can't remember, is a baked formula, so you can like wet it. I think it's these two. And the mattes are trash. Like trash. Like the shimmers are okay. and the mattes are trash. Like, no. The packaging on this is beautiful, but the formula really needs some work. And I really like a lot of the stuff that Morphe's released this year, but I feel like they really need to work on their eyeshadow formula. I mean, I'm not expecting indie because it's a drugstore brand, but I do feel like you can get better eyeshadow at the drugstore, some of which we will be talking about soon. But coming in at 119 is one of the biggest disappointments of the year. Oh, I was so sad by this palette. It's the Krypton Cosmetics Secret Garden 1. So the shimmers in this palette are absolutely outstanding, absolutely beautiful. I love them, and honestly, they're going to be the reason that I keep this palette and why I haven't decluttered it. But the pastels are terrible, and you only have these 2 shades that you can use in the crease. The rest of them are shades that you can like pack in the inner corner or around the edge of the matte. You cannot blend with them whatsoever. And I tried to do a look with these 2 and I was so disappointed. I don't think I've ever been so disappointed in an eye look that I've created, and it really sucked. But I am really wanting to try another palette from them that isn't so pastel heavy, because this is Secret Garden 1. I had Secret Garden 2 as well, and I did have an easier time with that one. And I've heard good things about their formula, but these mattes leave a lot to be desired. Coming in at 118, we have the CXC Beauty Bloomstruck Full Bloom. So for this one, the packaging's not bad, but it doesn't close. It just flaps. And the mattes in this one are not bad, but they're not the best either. How you could see me like 4 times. But they're not the best either. The shimmers are okay. They just need a little oomph to them. I feel like there are some beautiful shades in here, but I've seen better. Like, they seem a little dry almost. They're lacking that shine, the excitement. You know what I mean? They're very dull, and I just want more. You know, if I'm gonna pay for an indie palette, then I want an indie palette. You know what I mean? I don't want to pay an indie price for a drugstore palette, and I just felt like that's what I got in this case. Coming in at number 117, we have the Electrum Cosmetics Dark Winter Palette. Same situation as the Krypton palette. These shimmers are absolutely outstanding in this palette. They are truly so beautiful, but this, like specifically these 4 mattes, are trash. They look terrible trying to blend them out. They almost like muddied up the look, and everything else is too dark. Like, it's not a very good matte formula. Even these took a little more effort to blend, and you're talking to somebody who loves to blend. I literally will sit here and blend and have to fix it because I overblend. I love blending, but this is it was a muddy mess. And with that being said, the shimmers are so freaking good. If it was like an all shimmer palette from this brand, I would jump all over that because their shimmers are outstanding. If they could work on their like matte formula and perfect that, they would really be onto something, because their shimmer formula is up there with some of my top favorite brands. But this matte formula is really terrible. But look at those. Like, they are truly just so breathtaking. Okay, so coming in at number 116, we have this Morphe palette. This is the Cyberchrome. Honestly, this one is nowhere near as bad as the other one. And if you're into like the neutrals, I don't think these ones are bad. The shimmers are better in this one too. Again, you have 2 of those like baked shimmers, and I feel like for drugstore, these ones aren't bad at all. But the other one, the pastel, stay the hell away from that. It's not worth it. So those palettes all were like quality issues. You know what I mean? Even though there were things that I liked about some of them, there was something wrong with each of them. So now these next ones aren't really quality. It's more of a preference kind of thing, or like I just don't vibe with the color story, or the color story just makes no sense to me. Just stuff like that. So next we have NBA Cosmetics, the Enchanted Elixir. So this one I also decluttered along with the Morphe palettes as well. So this one is beautiful. The mattes could use a little bit of work, but they're not bad. They're totally workable, and I had a fun time creating looks with this. But the reason I decluttered it is because I felt like it's a little too monochromatic. Sometimes you can get a palette that's monochromatic, but the undertones and things that they choose makes it kind of different, and kind of like the ultraviolet from Bella Beauty Bar, or the wine palette from Glamlight. Like, those are both perfectly curated purple monochromatic palettes, but this one is just not my favorite. And maybe it's because purple isn't my favorite, and maybe I would see more of a difference if I was a purple lover. You know what I mean? But these shimmers in this palette are really, really beautiful. I just know if I'm going to reach for a palette with these colors, I'm going to reach for the one of the two that I named. So I'd rather give this to somebody that I know will love and use it. Coming in at 114, we have the Glamlight Holiday Sweets. So this was a part of their mystery box last year for Christmas, and I'm almost positive I put this in my ranking last year, but I cannot remember. So just to be safe, I added it to this one. So this is fantastic quality. Glamlight has a really nice formula with their shimmers and their mattes. Every now and then they'll come out with a palette that's not their typical formula that I don't love, but for the most part they are pretty awesome. But these shimmers are really, really beautiful. Very shiny and shimmery and wet looking. The mattes are beautiful as well. But this palette wasn't made for me. This is made for someone who wants a neutral through the crease and a pop of color on the lid, or like those one and done quick types of looks. And I like taking the effort, and I have all the time in the world, let's be fair. So I love to sit down and create something that takes a little more time, and that's just not my type of palette. Coming in at 113, this one I did get in PR, and if I forget to name a PR palette, I will pop it up on the screen over here, and I'll let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure I got this in PR. We have the Nomad Route 66 palette, and this one is beautiful quality. Again, I loved the looks that I created, but it's just not my typical go-to color story. I will say I do have their next launch, and it's so freaking good, but that's all besides the point. Just keep an eye out for their Instagram posts, because I think the game started today. But like I was saying, this is very beautiful quality. Like, look at those. They're gorgeous. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about the color story as much as I am the others that they have launched this year. And they have launched so many good palettes. A lot you will see very high up. But you see that? Like, that's what I want out of a shimmer. Even though those are just regular metallics, they're a good one. Coming in at 112, we have the Melt Welcome to Dairy. This is not bad quality, but it's not my favorite color story. The mattes don't fit the theme of the palette, like the collab, the IP collab that they did. I don't know. The shimmers, they're not bad, but they're not good either. Ooh, look how messy. I just feel like they need to do an update with their formula. and make it a little more impactful. It's giving like 2015 shimmers, and I think maybe for that time these were awesome, but not for now, you know what I mean? And there's stuff like this palette wasn't bad. I think it was like $20, something around that, but it's still a lot to pay for a palette that basically has a formula of a drugstore palette. And the color story is just not my favorite. I think it's because I was expecting this theme and then it ended up being this. It needed to be a bigger palette, in my opinion. Just not my favorite. I do think they did a very good job on like the packaging of this collection. The other pieces of the collection I also really loved. Just the palette was not a favorite. I should have held out for the Edward Scissorhands, but I did not know it was going to be a thing. If I would have known, I would have owned it. Coming in at 111, we have the Berlin Underground from Nomad as well, and this one was gifted. It wasn't PR, but it was gifted, and I love this color story. Honestly, the only reason it's down here is because I love the other palettes more, but I loved this. I loved the looks that I created with this one. The look I did on camera for my video was really good in my opinion. I just think it's so grungy and beautiful, and I had the original one and I ended up decluttering it, and I think this one is even better. They did such a great job on updating this one, and I'm so happy to have it. Coming in at 110, I had a moment there, we have the Odin's Eye Spring Alva palette. This is really pretty, but I'm not a pink person. Pink and purple are probably two of my least worn colors. I don't mind them, and I always end up loving the looks, but when I get excited for a palette, it's usually not this color story. So that is why this one ranked lower. And I will say, some of these shimmers, like the very light ones in these palettes, all four of these that launched, you have to like do your eye look, and then when you go to do the shimmers, make sure, like if you put it here, like say where I'll have this light blue, you would have to make sure that that's like cleaned off and then put the shimmer over it. Because if you don't, it ends up looking almost like cakey in a way, like too thick. But those are the only shades I had issues with, and they still ended up looking beautiful by the end, but they are a little bit more finicky than what I'm used to from them. Coming in at 109, we have the Breaking Dawn palette. This is Team Edward from Glamlight, and this palette is freaking beautiful. Like, look at that shimmer up there. The only reason it's lower is because this just isn't my favorite color story, and I think it's because they did it. Because I feel like they've done this so many times, and because of that, I don't reach for it very often, but when I look at it, it is so beautiful. I just see it on my shelf and I don't think to pick it up, if that makes sense. I probably need to use it more. The formula in here is fantastic. Honestly, you cannot go wrong. I do prefer the other one over this one, but both are beautiful. Coming in at 108, we have the I Love Coffee from Clarity Cosmetics, and she is a messy girl. This one, honestly, looking back, I probably should have put this one a little lower, simply because it's just not my vibe at all. And if honestly, in all honesty, I probably prefer this one over this one, but the quality of this one is nice. This is just way too neutral for me. I was doing a video where I was ranking all the neutral palettes from as many indie brands as I could get my hands on. So I bought like a ton of neutral palettes, and this is one of those. And I don't know, I just wasn't crazy about it, so that's why I'm ranking it lower. Coming in at 107, we have the Smoky Icon from Revolution Beauty. These are not bad at all. The packaging is horrendous, but these are relatively cheap palettes, but they're still really beautiful. I wouldn't call them indie by any stretch of the imagination, but they're still really gorgeous. You have two cream shadows down here on the end that are even covered, which high praise for me for that, because we even have a lot of other brands that don't do that. And I mean, they're not the most sparkly things I've ever seen, but they are beautiful for the price and for what you pay. I mean, that's the same thing, Heather, but they're beautiful for the price. You get the point. Coming in at 106 is the Moonlit Realm from NBA Cosmetics, and this one is ranking low for the same reason the purple one did. But I will say I love this one more than the purple, and I love the shimmers in this one so much. I did decide to declutter this one as well, only because I have other favorite green palettes. But look at that. Maybe I'm crazy. That is pretty stunning. That is really pretty. And I liked the formula of this one. Same notes as I had for the purple one. I think the shimmers are really beautiful. And once they really nail that matte formula, I think they're going to do amazing things as well. But so far, so good. This one did have a formula fluke, but I still put it here. I don't know what number, because I just threw it off, but I think it was 105. We have the plastic palette from BLENDBUNNY. So the fluke is this shade. In comparison to all of the other shades from BLENDBUNNY ever, this one is very, very dull. And it's like the brightest, most exciting shade in the palette, which really sucks. I loved the format of this palette, the smaller size. I love that she was like trying something new. But you see, like in comparison, that is just a very dull shade. I don't know what happened with that one. But even still, like, I could look past that. The color story is just not my favorite. I don't know. It feels like two separate palettes trying to force it to be one thing. And it's just... she's done way better things. Coming in at 103, we have the Eternal Icon. And honestly, I really loved this one a shocking amount. But I still decluttered it because I know I'm not going to reach for it. This one doesn't have that door on it like the other ones did, which is kind of weird, but I love this color story so much. It is so beautiful. Same formula as the other, which is why it is ranking lower, but she's still beautiful. I accidentally skipped 104, but it was the Sigma Spectrum palette. This is fantastic quality, and if you're in search for a neutral palette you can count on, that you know is going to work, this is perfect. I love the Sigma formula so much. This one was gifted to me at a Creators and Friends event, but it's just too neutral for my preferences. I am keeping it because every once in a while I will do someone's makeup, or every once in a while I will want a neutral look. It's very rare, but it does happen. This one's just really neutral. I like a more neutral with the twist type of palette, which we will be seeing lots of those. And for me, this one's just missing that twist, but I still love Sigma, and a time calls for it sometimes, and maybe I will use it. Coming in at 102, we have the Midnight Haze from Blairdale MUA Cosmetics. That is a very long name. So they did send me this in PR, and I filmed a look with it. Filmed two, actually, and my footage messed up, and I ended up, like, not being able to post the video because I lost the footage. But I was really pleasantly surprised with this formula. These shimmers are very pretty, and the mattes in here are really good as well. And I'd never heard of this brand before, and I would like to see like what else they put out, but you can see like those shimmers are really pretty. And I'm interested to see like if there's anything else that catches my eye this year, but I really like this one. Coming in at 101, this is an old palette, but I tried it this year. I still need to post my video of it, but it's the Cozy Cabin from SIMPLYPOSH, and I had way more fun with this than I ever expected. I think mine might be jumbled up. I'm almost positive that it is, but I loved it. I had so much fun creating looks with it. I bought this last summer and just now got around to using it, but I had such a good time and I'm so glad that I picked it up. And last for this stack, we have number 100, which is the Cursed Moon from NBA. This palette is beautiful, very messy, I will say, because of this flaky shade. This one I am keeping because I love this. This is a monochromatic palette, I feel like done very right, because it's not full monochromatic. It has a twist with the gold, and then this very, very gorgeous, like fiery, flippy shade. I don't know though, I will say this shade used to adhere better, and now it's almost like it's a pressed flaky formula, and it's like kind of falling apart when I touch it, which it didn't used to do that, I don't think, but this isn't very old. Let me know if you have these and if yours are doing the same thing. But I had a lot of fun with the palette, love the looks and everything. I'm just gonna have to see what's going on with my favorite shade in that palette, because if it's messed up, I will declutter it. Now we are below the top 100, and coming in at number 99, we have the Mostly Merry from Gourmande Girls. This one I did get in PR, and this color story is not my favorite, but let me say, I made one of the best looks I think I've ever created with this palette. So maybe I don't know myself as much as I think I do, because I love that look so much. I do have one look up with this palette. I have looks up with most of these, and I have a whole playlist, my 2025 eyeshadow review playlist. I'll link it down below for you guys. But the formula in here is outstanding. Gourmande Girls is one of my favorite brands of all time, and I do think this one is beautiful. I think maybe why it ranks lower for me is the packaging. I just don't care for palettes that like come apart like this, or palettes that are shaped weird. I will say the artwork on it is really pretty. It's just, she's came out with so many good palettes this year. This one's just not a top fave. Coming in at number 99 is another palette I got in PR from Sigma, which was so exciting. This was a very good year for me. The amount of products I got in PR grew like significantly this year, which was so exciting. And this is the first package I got from them with the Warm Neutrals palette. And this is a gorgeous neutral palette. I have no complaints. I love the shimmers. I love the mattes, the color story. It does have a little bit of a twist with it. And I think this one is really fun. I love the warmer tones down here on the end, the pop of like a khaki green. I just think this one is really stunning. And honestly, that's one I would not have picked up on my own had they not have sent that to me, and I'm glad that I have it. This is another one I would have never picked up on my own, but I got it in a BoxyCharm. This is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette from By Mario. And this is gorgeous. Like, it's very neutral heavy, but I love how cool it is. I love the pop of blue in here. The shimmers are freaking outstanding. Honestly, I've never tried their formula, and I did not get what the fuss was about with this brand, but I tried this and did a look off camera. So this one I don't have one on camera with, but these are so wet looking and so beautiful. Like, I was blown away, truly. Like, this iridescent topper shade is really stunning, and I get it now. This one is beautiful. Coming in at 96. This one I did get in PR as well, and it might help if I show the right way, but it is the Ice Crystal palette from Odin's Eye, and honestly don't care for big palettes like this. They're never like go-tos for me. I don't like storing them. My sweet spot with a palette is anywhere between, I would say, a 12 pan to an 18 pan, but there's a lot of blank space in here as well. I do feel like these two shimmers are kind of similar. I wish this was a palette. I love that color story. It's so fun. The shimmers in here are really beautiful as well, but I am like very drawn to this half of the palette. I think it is so stunning, and I feel like I could have lived without this half. But with that being said, I loved all of the looks I've created with it. It's been a really fun palette. Just not my favorite that I tried this year, but it's still a good one. So if you like this color story, I do think you will love the quality. So the next two were gifted to me at a Creators and Friends event, and these are cute. So these are both from Cleona, and so coming in at 96, we have the Garland and Garden little quad, and it has 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. This is so beautiful, and honestly, let's show number 95. I noticed this when I was doing my eyeshadow palette video, like showing my collection. These go so well together, and they would be such a gorgeous like Christmas look. They're so cute. I love the Cleona eyeshadow formula. I tried like their matte formula for the first time last year with the Oceano palette, and my god, that palette is a true work of art, a masterpiece, one of the best palettes that launched last year. But these are really gorgeous. They're never going to be favorites because they're quads and I like a little more adventure, but they're still beautiful and great travel palettes as well, and it simplifies an eye look in the best way. This one was gifted to me from Nomad, but we have the Providence palette. This one is really beautiful, has a great formula, love the color story, and I wanted this one for a long time as well. So when they did the restock on it, I was very excited, and I had so much fun creating looks with it. These shimmers in here are really, really pretty, and I think you could create like some of the best sunset looks with this one. However, I do feel like their newer stuff is better. Even though these are reformulated, I still think their shimmer formula, like in the newer launches, is better than these. But these are still fantastic. The shimmers are still beautiful, and the mattes are wonderful quality as well. I love the gray and black in here with the cool tone purples as well. I feel like that adds a twist to the palette that makes it that much more exciting. But it's still not a favorite. You're gonna see so many Nomad palettes in here. There were like 8 or 9, I think, that launched this year or last year. Oh, it's gonna take a minute to get used to, but it's been amazing. And coming in at 92 is the other Cryptine Cosmetics palette that I bought. This is Secret Garden 2. This one is worlds better than the other one. You have like deep shades and mid-tone shades, and the 2 like more pastel type of pops, and these pastels are better than the ones in the other palette, and I had a way easier time working with this palette than I did the other. The shimmers are really beautiful. The thing that sucks is I prefer the other color story more, although I do like this one too, but I was most excited about that other palette. But this palette is the reason why I do plan on trying more from the brand, because I can tell like it was kind of like a fluke with that palette, and I've heard such amazing things. So I am hoping that it's like a one-off situation with the Secret Garden one. But do you see those shimmers? They're so beautiful. That Forest palette, I can't remember what it was called. Something Forest. It was their first launch, I think. I wanted that so bad, but I couldn't get it at the time, and I've been wanting to try them since, so by the time I got to review these two palettes, I was just let down so hard. Coming in at number 91 is another palette from Nomad that I got in PR, and this one is beautiful. I love this palette. It is great quality. The ones above it I just simply love more, but I think this one is fun. This one made me discover that I do like a neutral crease with a pop of color with the shimmer. It does make an exciting look, and I love a palette that takes me out of my comfort zone. And I'm gonna be honest, I love the artwork on this, but I don't know if I would have picked this one up on my own. So them sending it to me not only helps like in the aspect of my channel, because I do buy a lot of these palettes, and I mean, you know, palettes are not cheap, so getting something in PR is very helpful for that reason, but also because it pushes me out of my comfort zone. And sometimes I play with something and it might be something I would have never picked up on my own and end up discovering I love something that I thought I didn't like. That's how I fell in love with cool tones. I swore for so long that I did not like them, but I had a channel and was doing like eyeshadow palette reviews, and all these cool tone palettes were coming out, and it was forcing me to try them more. And by doing that, I discovered how much I really truly love them. That's something so exciting. And let me just say, the shimmers in this palette are some of their best. They are truly just so gorgeous, and I think they did such a good job on this. Again, the artwork, they have some of the best packaging of all time. It really stands out. It's so beautiful. But this one's coming at number 90 because it's simply the shimmers. The Morally Gray from Bella Beauty Bar. So you've heard me say a few times, this just is not my favorite color story. It's a bit too... The mattes don't excite me enough. Maybe if I'd have got it from a different brand, I would have been okay with it. But it's Bella Beauty Bar, and they bring the A in adventure, and I love them so much. They are one of the best brands on this planet. Their shimmers are so gorgeous and exciting. Like, look at this black hollow. It is so stunning, but I do love that they've been stepping out of the box and creating more neutral palettes for people who like more neutral things. But this one is just a little too neutral for me, and because of that, it's not a favorite, but I will keep it forever because the shimmers are amazing, and I could use this with other things and be completely happy with it. But the shimmers. The shimmers. This year was also the year I bought my first Pat McGrath Mothership palette. So what are you called? I can't remember. Petamorphosis, that's it. But she's coming in at number 89. My little sticky notes are how I keep track, which sucks because I forgot 5 palettes first and had to rearrange every palette. And then someone pointed out to me that I forgot the Green Goddess because I talked about, like, when I did my eyeshadow palette review, if you didn't watch it, I showed all of the palettes for my ranking this year first because I didn't want to mix them up. And someone pointed out that I forgot Green Goddess. So then I had to redo it all over again. I was so mad at myself. But here we have Petamorphosis. This is luxurious. Like, you could knock somebody right out. Not even kidding. It is so heavy. And she is beautiful. This isn't like necessarily screaming a Heather color story, but she is beautiful. I loved that there's some baked shadows in here. And it was the experience. I've heard so many people in the comments tell me that the older stuff is better, and I still want to get my hands on some of them, but I still thought this was pretty good quality. Would I purchase this over another indie brand like Bella Beauty Bar? There's not a cold day in hell that would ever happen, but I still liked it. I still thought it was fun, and I enjoyed the experience. I liked the looks I created with it. And I'm happy that I got to try them and like see what all the fuss was about. But I just still need to try the earlier stuff so I can really get it. You know what I mean? Coming in at 88. This one is small but mighty and it shocked me so much. I really loved this. The Somber Soils from DIEVERUNE and the Andromeda collab. So they made me realize I don't hate satins. I talked about this a few times. These are beautiful and I always thought that I hated them because they always just seemed like they bunched up and kind of settled in my fine lines and almost looked cakey. So because of that, I was never really interested in using them, but this told me that I was ignorant in thinking that, and not all brands are the same, not all formulas are the same, etc. And I was judging satins prematurely. This is one of the best, if not the best satin formula I have ever come across, and I love it. I love the shades that are in here as well. It's ranking lower because it's a quad and it's an all shimmer palette. For an all shimmer palette to rank high in a ranking, it has to be very, very, very good. But I still really love that for what it is. Coming in at number 87, we have The Conjuring from Lethal Cosmetics. This is beautiful and it is a bit neutral heavy, but man, I've seen other creators make some freaking gorgeous looks with this palette. And I've said it before. I'm saying that a lot because I apparently say the same things a lot, but I think I was just in a bad mood when I did my looks with this because the looks I've seen other people create were so good, but I felt like mine were too monochromatic and I don't really like monochromatic looks, so it wasn't my favorite for that reason. And I thought it was the palette, but then after seeing everyone else's looks, I realized the problem is me. The call is coming from inside the house because this is freaking beautiful. Angelica did the best look I've seen anyone do with it, and it makes me want to use it again, but I still have yet to do that. But let me know if you guys have this one and what your thoughts are on it. Coming in at number 86 is the Artificier from Fantasy Cosmetica. So they are a brand that creates, in my opinion, the best 9 pans you can get your hands on. They've made some freaking perfect palettes this year. This one is very shimmer heavy, but she is still very beautiful. It's just a bit more neutral than the others, which is why it's ranking lower. But with that being said, the formula is incredible. I absolutely love them. I love this whole class series. It's so fun. I look forward to it like more than I could ever express. And the shimmers in here are so gorgeous. The hollows are so gorgeous. I was gonna bring the hollows like into this video, but I mean, it's a palette ranking. I talked myself out of it. But these are so pretty, you guys. I love it and loved the looks I did as well. But they've definitely launched palettes that are even better. I will say though, a bunch of their palettes they launched this year go so well together, and I'm excited to do that. Maybe I see like a palette bingo in the future. So this one I think I bought myself, but I cannot remember without going back and watching my video. But this is the Nomad Chamonix Après-Ski. I love saying that so much. I'm probably saying it wrong too, but I still like it. And this color story is so beautiful. I love everything about it. The color story is so fun. These iridescent shades are freaking gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like, look at that. They're so beautiful. I love that you get the dark shimmers in here too. I think that makes it even better, and I had a lot of fun with this one. Perfect for winter. I'm pretty sure that launched like last winter, but it's like a staple winter palette. I mean, look at that. That's screaming to be a highlight. Coming in at 84 is the other Breaking Dawn palette. We have Team Jacob. And even though this is neutral, it is neutral with a twist. And I must say Gourmand Girls. And Glamlight does that very well. This is beautiful. I love the greens that are in here. The gray adds a whole other cool tone layer that makes me very, very happy. And then you have like these two warm pops. This is such a beautiful palette. The shimmers are outstanding as well. They really nailed this color story for the movie and Jacob. They just did such a good job. And I was so excited when I saw this one launch. I will say I don't have videos of these up because I ordered it to review it and then I left town like before it got to me, and by the time I was gone for like a whole month, and by the time I got home it was like too late to review. So, and I had so much other stuff that I just had to let it go, but I still love the palette. I created a look with this one and loved it very much. Coming in at 85, this one I also got in PR. This is from DD Signature. We have the Chromebook Volume 2, and look at that mirror. That's how loved this one is. So the reason it ranks a little lower in the ranking is because it has 3 mattes, but it has 3 mattes. And I love that she put mattes in this one. These shimmers are so pretty. I have pan in 2 shades and I love this. The shimmers are so outstanding. And I will say the mattes that are in this are really nice mattes as well. But look at that shade, like come on. But you know it's that top one, that peachy flip. Sign me up. Oh, I love it so much. This is superb, like amazing. I think it's so beautiful. DD Signature has really just done such beautiful things with her brand and had so many freaking fantastic launches this year, and it's been an honor to receive them and be able to create with them. I've loved it so much. And I never in a million years thought I would see a Bella Beauty Bar palette this low, but the Unoriginal Nudes is coming in at number 82, and you can probably already guess why. It is very, very neutral. But this has probably the best, or some of the best, neutral shimmers I have ever seen in my whole existence. This hollow gets me every time. I picked up way too much. Like, look at that. It looks like glass. It is so outstanding. This palette is absolutely beautiful, and so many people don't get to try like these kind of indie brands that create these fun shimmers, because most indie brands do colorful makeup, which is great for me, but I am excited to like share the love and excitement of it with other people as well. And to know that someone who loves something different than me can get their hands on this really makes me more happy than I can ever tell you, because this is outstanding. So beautiful. Absolutely stunning. One of the best shimmer formulas on this whole entire planet, and it is gorgeous. The only reason it is ranking low is because it's a color story preference, but I do love it, and she's still staying. This one, coming in at 81, had a formula glitch, so it probably should have ranked lower, but I still liked it a lot, so I didn't. But we have the Arcana palette from Artitude Cosmetics. Love the artwork so much. I love the girl's eyeshadow. It's so pretty. This color story is so beautiful. The only palette from Artitude that they launched this year that I didn't pick up is the last one. I wasn't able to, but this one is really beautiful. I just had issues with what I think was this shade. I can't remember. It faded on me after a while, and I need to like try it again and wear it out and see if I have that problem again. Maybe it was the primer, I don't know. But I love the looks. Artitude is another one of my favorite brands as well. They come out with really fun, exciting, adventurous types of color stories. They are just amazing at creating such fun things. But I will say as also their palettes, I feel like usually have a twist to them that make them even more fun and exciting, and I feel like this one is missing that twist, and maybe that's why it's not a favorite as well. But with that being said, it is still gorgeous and I'm still happy that I picked it up. I do need to retry that matte with a different primer. If I'm guessing, I probably used a white though, which makes me wonder if it's just the shade. And I've never had an issue with anything they've ever launched before either. Coming in at number 80 is one of the newest palettes in my collection, and it is the Jolie Beauty Cryptic palette. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised. I love this color story, but I will say the lighter shade, the white, is not very pigmented, so I guess it has a like formula issue as well. But as for the rest of it, it worked so beautifully. I loved the matte. I loved most of the shimmers with the exception of this one. It's like a, not a pressed glitter, but it's like a pressed flaky formula, but not like a normal flaky formula in a palette. See how it kind of like separates? I found a way to make it work. I do have a video that actually went up today of this palette if you're curious, but I love the looks that I created and I'm excited to try more from them. Coming in at number 79 is the Thinking of You palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is beautiful. Unearthly does really good 9 pans too. This color story isn't my favorite out of the ones she launched this year, but I still really like it. I think it's beautiful and I loved playing with it. I've created some really fun looks with this one on and off camera. They have another one of my top favorite formulas, and you will definitely see more from them higher up in the ranking, but this one was fun. Just not a favorite color story. All of these next palettes are fantastic quality, and a lot of these are palettes that I really loved. So starting with number 78, this is one I got in PR. We have the Shattered Romance from DD Signature. This one is messy, but I love this. I loved the shimmers in this palette so much. They are so beautiful. It has like 2 separate shimmer formulas. There's 2 like flaky shades in there. These 2 that do smooth out. But then you have like a softer, silkier one. And that one is so beautiful as well. Again, it's pinks and purples, which aren't my favorite, but I still really do love this palette and had so much fun creating looks with it. It was one of my favorite Valentine's Day launches, and I think she did such a good job with that. So coming in at number 77 is one that I got gifted at the Creators and Friends event again, the Deep Sea Treasures from Cleona. So I wanted this so bad when it launched, but I couldn't afford to get it, and it lived up to my expectations. I mean, it's Cleona. They have one of the best shimmer formulas of all time, and they are just so impactful and beautiful. This one is gonna live on my desk now after this ranking. It's showing up white, but it has like the most beautiful like blue shift. It's so weird how certain things pick up on camera. But it has some of the most beautiful shimmers I have ever put my fingers in, and I love it. I love it so much. Coming in at 76, we have another 9 pan from DD Signature, the Golden Tides. This is a collab with Miriam Tutorials, and I got this one in PR, but I love this so much. It's so beautiful for sunset looks, but The color story of this is so well thought out. I love this shade because it goes with like the pink and the blue and the red, and these as well. With the pinks and blue, it turns purple, but with the more neutral shades, it turns brown. The shimmers are really, really beautiful. Like, she did a really good job thinking this color story through. It's all very copacetic, cohesive, and just such a beautiful palette. So fun for sunset looks too. If you love those, they never get old for me. I love them so much, but I really, really enjoyed this one. Coming in at number 75, I tried Question Beauty this year. This is the Fable and Spice. I could be wrong. That's a pet peeve. I wish brands would put the names of palettes on the palettes. But this packaging drives me absolutely insane because I'm constantly like finding it with the lid off, because the magnets, they're strong, but it's easy to like slide it off. But I did like the formula in this a lot. I love the color story as well. The shimmers are outstanding. I'm excited to try more from them. I'm just not crazy about the packaging. The artwork is beautiful, however, it's just, I just don't like palettes where the lid removes itself like that. I would rather have a cheap cardboard packaging than that, like any day. But maybe that's a personal preference kind of thing. But like I said, the artwork is very beautiful. Coming in at number 74, we have the Light Scatters palette. This collection from Cleona and Bad to the Brow, yes, was incredible. Like, look how well loved this is. This is so incredible. The brushes are so amazing too, because they're so tiny and so good for like detailed work. But my favorite brow glue was released in this collection, and I can't stop buying them and going through them. They're like a go-to product for me. But the shimmers that are in this palette are insane. Truly so, so delicious. This shade is like a peach orange with that very, very vibrant like purple shift. It's so amazing. There's so many beautiful shades in here. Yeah, that green. Oh. Every time I open this, I lose my mind. I love it. But like I said, it's really hard for me to put an all shimmer palette all the way at the top, because even though I like to mix and match palettes, I just prefer my palette to have both mattes and shimmers. Coming in at number 73, we have the Cosmic Beauty Smolder palette. This is really beautiful. It is very neutral heavy, but there are some twists in this that make it so extraordinary. First of all, it's cool toned, which is right up my alley. But these two shimmers are really beautiful with this like, with these like cool tone mattes, and then like one of these all over the lid. It's just, I am sold. I love it. They have such an amazing formula, but they're still one of the most affordable indie brands, and their formula is like top notch. So amazing. They have had so many good launches this year that I prefer over this one, but I still really love this one too, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. It's still a favorite, just not top favorite. It's like getting to where it was really hard to rank these, because even though these are like in their 70s and 60s, I still really loved them. It just goes to show how many really good palettes there were this year. And coming in at 72, we have the Smoky Glam. So this is the remastered version. I have the original as well, and I love both. I really love all of the gray shades. and the cool tones that are in the original. And there are a couple of shimmers that I love that are in that palette too that are not in this one. But I also really love this one. I like how it's more curated down. The shimmers in here are so pretty. And they added a couple of new formulas in this too. This shade, Silk Teddy, is so pretty. It's a beautiful hollow. It's so gorgeous. And then we have, look at that. That is also a hollow, and she is insane. That is the shade Platinum. And, I mean, could they have come up with a better shade name if they tried? Probably not. This palette has some of the most gorgeous, more neutral leaning shimmers. And I think they nailed it. Like I said, indie brands have came out with a lot of really gorgeous neutral palettes this year. And Bella Beauty Bar came out with some of the best. Coming in at number 71, we have the Winter palette from Odin's Eye. This one I also got in PR. And this is so beautiful. I love the berries and jewel tones. And I just think they did such a good job. I did have the same issue with this light shimmer shade, but I still loved this palette so much. And as for the rest of it, I gave it 10 out of 10. This color story is so freaking gorgeous, but there are better, in my opinion, than even this one. They've launched some really good palettes this year as well, but these shimmers are outstanding. And if you love like a berry color story, you're gonna love that one. I know a lot of people love berries. It's like their go-to winter color story, and I can totally see why. Coming in at number 70, we have the Glaminatrix Timeless Tones. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous neutral palette. Well, it's not really neutral. It's very neutral leaning, but this palette is beautiful. I did buy it for that video, but man, this is so pretty. These iridescent shades are so gorgeous. The silver, the shimmers are so good, but I think they really nailed the theme of this palette because it's totally giving me that vibe, and I just love this. I had so much fun with this palette. It really was a very good launch from this year. I just think they did such an amazing job. I love the color story. I love like these deep dark mattes. It makes me so happy. And the added dark shimmers, I just think this one was perfect. Coming in at number 69, this one was gifted as well from Nomad. We have the America's Parks, and I love the artwork on this one and the color story with my whole heart. But I don't feel like the shimmers in this one, even though it was remastered, I don't feel like they're as good as what they're coming out with now. But the shimmers are still beautiful. Like, they're still gorgeous shades. I just feel like what they're doing now is more impactful than these. And even these are gorgeous, but I love this color story so much, and I loved playing with this one, and I've loved everything I've done with it. It's just so fun. They just they just create some of the most fun color stories that make me so excited. Coming in at number 68, we have the Shadowed Petal from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is so beautiful. Like, it's monochromatic, but man, it's such a beautiful palette. Such a beautiful formula as well. I mean, you guys know how much I love and adore Unearthly, and they did such a good job on this one. I mean, this one is missing the twist that I talk about that I love, but I still really love this, and I think it was so fun, and love the looks that I created with it too. But it is lower because it's missing the twist, the excitement. Coming in at number 67, The Other Side from Clarity Cosmetics. So I tried them last year, and I had some issues in shipping with my palette, but I was waiting to like try them again until like their shimmer formula improved a little bit more, and it did. And I'm happy to say I absolutely love this. This is one of the only few palettes I tried from them this year, but this is one of my favorite, I think my second favorite, honestly. It's so beautiful. I love the color story, and the looks were so fun. I say that a lot, but I really love eyeshadow, and I love creating fun looks, and I feel like I could do that with this. It made me so excited, and I'm truly so thrilled to get to try more from them this year. It's gonna be fun. And then coming in at number 66, this one I did by myself, but it is from DD Signature, and it's a collab with Ice Cream Beauty, but it is the lioness heart, and I love the artwork on this. It is so pretty, but the color story is amazing. So fun. Again, it has a twist. More so it's this shade, but these two like murky colors, even this green, it's so fun and so beautiful. The shimmers are so pretty. This is like an orange with a pink shift, or pink with an orange shift. It's so gorgeous. I love this shade. It's green with like this cool tone purple flip. It's just so breathtaking. My dogs, I don't know what's going on with them down there, but they're not happy. Coming in at 65, we have the Lovers palette from Cosmic Beauty. I think everyone went crazy over this year, and I mean, for good reason. She is stunning. Such a beautiful palette. I like the way this is load out. I like the way this is laid out. It's the start of the Terra series, and so far that series has been a blast. So I'm excited to see what other palettes they add to it in 2026, but this is so pretty. Like, look at these shimmers. I've already raved and told you how amazing their formula is. This is no exception. It's at the point, like, if you see a color story from them you'll love, you're gonna like it. There's no way around it. I've never heard anyone say they dislike the Cosmic Beauty formula. It is truly impeccable. Coming in at 64, we have the Odin's Eye Merry Christmas palette. This is the new reformulated version. Man, everybody went nuts in my comment section over this palette. I was not expecting it, but I get what people are saying. And I'm there with you, but I do think this is still beautiful. It is still a nod to one of my favorite palettes that I have in my collection, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. I do like some of the shimmers in the older palette more, and I liked the price in the older palette more, but this one is still gorgeous, and I can see the changes they made. Like, overall, the shimmers are more impactful, whether like it's what I like more is just a preference thing, but some of the shades they changed just were favorites in the old palette, and I feel like those shades kind of made the palette what it was, but these ones are more impactful. They're more like shiny and beautiful and just breathtaking, honestly. But look, they are very reflective. Coming in at 63, we have the Stained Glass from Clarity Cosmetics. This is my favorite palette I have from them. I freaking love this color story. This is outstanding. This one I got in an Ice Cream Beauty box, and I'm very, very, very glad that I did, because this is beautiful. I don't typically care for a palette that has this like matte to shimmer ratio, but this is so good. And with like that deep chocolate matte and then that matte, oh, like it is breathtaking. This shade is so good. It makes me want to get that other palette. I think it's called Cobra. I could be wrong, but I love this. I truly love this so much. Coming in at 62, this is one of my favorite palettes this year, and it's coming in at 62. But it's the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural. This color story is neutral with a twist and done in such a beautiful way. But I do think they've came out with neutral palettes that's even better than this. And with that being said, I still really love this one. Love the murky tones down here. I love the matte to shimmer ratio. And I love like the deeper ones as well. This shade Smolder is one of the most beautiful black shimmers I've ever seen. I have an insane amount of eyeshadow under my nail, but it is so reflective, so beautiful, such a fantastic palette. Glaminatrix is a brand I've reviewed a lot of this year, and I think the only palette I missed was the Mary Chrissy palette, and I'm going to be honest and tell you why. The name. I don't know what it is about the name. It's like cringy to me, and I know it's probably really dumb because the palette is gorgeous, and I've already heard people like say it's their favorite for the year, but the name, I couldn't make myself like have to keep saying it out loud. I know that's so stupid. But coming in at number 61, we have the Gingerbread Bakery from SIMPLYPOSH, and because of one of you, I was lucky enough to get put on their PR list this year, and I did get this one. This is so gorgeous. I did jump mine up and created my own color story, and I think I did a freaking good job because I love this with my whole heart. This row created one of my favorite looks. It is so beautiful. This palette is gorgeous. I love like the duochromes in their palettes. I have heard another person say they had issues with the pastels in this palette, but I did not. I did use a white base though, so maybe that's why, but I had no issues at all. Like the pastels were as good as the ones I have on my eye right now, which you will be finding out soon, like who that is. But I love this. I love it so much, and even still, it is not my favorite one they launched this year. Now we are finally at the halfway mark, and we're at the top 60, and let me just say, I really love all of these palettes. I love their color stories. I love their formulas. There was truly nothing wrong with them whatsoever. I just had to base these off of color story preference and just my overall excitement, the love for the looks that I've created with them, the way I feel now when I open them, just the level of joy that just goes all through me. That is what I rank them on. Also, I know a lot of people like keep their palettes in the way that they ranked them throughout the year. I do not do that because sometimes my thoughts and preferences change on a palette. Sometimes I end up loving it more, sometimes I end up loving it less, or something comes out that excites me more than that one. So I know I did a 6-month ranking. These could be in completely different order than what they were then, for all I know, because I mean, so many different things come out, and sometimes I end up using something so much more off camera and just falling in love with it. So just keep that all in mind. But I just needed to say, these 60 palettes are all so amazing, such amazing quality. So, starting at number 60, we have the Crown Legacy palette. This is from Glaminatrix, and it's a collaboration with Monolith, which I think that is awesome. But this color story is so beautiful. The quality of this palette is insane. It's so impeccable. The shimmers are so beautiful. They make me so excited, and I love them so much. Oh, this pop of green. It's the undertones. It makes me so excited. I mean, I need to think of better words, but I get lost in the shimmer, you guys. Coming in at number 59, we have the Minka palette from Adept. This one I did get in PR, and I have a hair in here, but I love this so much. I went crazy over this palette. I love this shade Linda. It's a holo. She is so beautiful. But this is packed full of so many gorgeous shimmers. But you also have like these muted purples. And then this pop of this very bright, beautiful purple. And it's stunning. I had such a blast with this color story. And I mean the shimmers. The shimmers are always where it is at with this brand. I just realized that I'm out of makeup wipes. And I don't know why. I thought I had a whole other pack. So I have to be easy on the swatching, but I really can't help myself. So we'll see how that goes. Coming in at number 58, we have the Summer Alva palette from Odin's-Eye, and I love this so much more than I thought I was going to. Honestly, I thought that this was going to be my least favorite out of all of them, but this palette is amazing. I love this pop of red. Such a fun twist, and the look that I did with this palette blew my mind. I was so happy with it and so blown away with this color story. It is truly freaking divine and so amazing, so fun. I don't know what made them think to put that in here, but it was such a good idea. If you take that away, to me, this is a winter palette, but I mean, they're on a different side of the world, but I think this is stunning. I love it. Coming in at number 57, we have the Smitten palette, and I loved this one too. One of my favorite launches for Valentine's Day, and honestly, it's because of the shimmers. The mattes are amazing quality, but the shimmers are what make me love this so much. I do love the added gray in here. It kind of reminds me of Gourmande Girls because she always adds a gray in her palettes, and with these like berries and pinks, I feel like it makes the palette even better because it adds like such a fun twist. But these shimmers in this palette are freaking insane, and the shimmers that launched alongside this, the singles, they're even better, which I mean, once you see these swatched out, you're gonna want to know like how the hell that is possible. I don't know, but it is, because Stray Cat launched with these, with this, and it is so good. But they're amazing. They have one of my favorite formulas, one of my top favorite brands. Coming in at 56, we have the Odin's-Eye Christmas Eve palette, and this one is even better. I love this color story. I will say I really love the original as well, but this one had a lot of positive changes to it, I think, that I loved even more than the other one. This one had a holo added to it, and they made I think it's this shade. They turned it into a multi-chrome, whereas in the original it wasn't. But the multi-chrome they chose was really beautiful. Both of these shades are better than the original. Like these shimmers, I see the difference, and I can like almost justify the price. And it's so beautiful. I really was blown away by their shifts and the look that I created with it, and I'm glad that I have this one in my collection. This is one of my favorite neutral palettes of all time, and it is from Glaminatrix. Coming in at 55, we have the Barely Basic. This is very, very similar to the other one that I showed you, but this, in my opinion, this one is better. I do really love that black shimmer that's in that palette, but I love this color story even more. I love the gradient. I never say that. Those words never come out of my mouth, but I really love it in this palette. And the shimmers. These top four are so beautiful, and in this grungy palette, she managed to come out with some gorgeous iridescent shimmers that I feel like really go so well with a grungy color story, and they are so beautiful. I love an iridescent topper. I really want to get that Cleona palette, the On Top of the World, like really bad, because I know I will lose my mind over it, but I had to skip on it. But this is perfect. I love this. One of my favorite Glaminatrix palettes. It is amazing. Coming in at number 54, this was so exciting. It is the Serpentine palette from Lethal Cosmetics. I don't know if it will still be up when I post this video, but it might be. I have an open giveaway on my eyeshadow palette collection video with this full Lethal collection that was sent to me in PR. This one was as well. I had issues with shipping and they sent it to me twice, but I love this so much. It was my first PR package from Lethal, which was so exciting. But look at this color story. It is dark Christmas and it is so beautiful. I love this so much. I love the greens and the red. This pop of bright green is so freaking genius. The gray in here, there's like so many twists and turns. This is a brilliantly done color story, and the shimmers and mattes are amazing quality. I do keep the box because I just think it looks so cool that I'm willing to deal with getting it in and out. Usually I'm too lazy, but in this instance, I will. Coming in at 53, this one was so good. I got this sent in PR, the Down to Earth from SIMPLYPOSH. Mine is jumbled up and I love it, but this color story is freaking outstanding. This row makes my heart so happy. It looks so beautiful on the eye. So does this row. I love this one. I mean, I made this, so I love them all. I think it's so beautiful, you guys. This color story. So I didn't buy this when it launched. They sent it to me with the Black Cherry palette, and this is like one of my favorite SIMPLYPOSH palettes. I think they did such an incredible job on this color story, and honestly, I don't know what I was thinking and why I did not pick this up, because this is outstanding. Truly such a gorgeous palette. Coming in at 52, we have the Witch City Salem from NOMAD. Again, this was the first Halloween launch this year, and I was so excited, and they delivered. They did not disappoint. I love the gray. I mean, I've said that 100 times in this video because it seems to be on theme this year. Well, last year, and I loved every minute of it. I love like this harvest meets Halloween side. You can mix and match. You can stick to one side or the other. The shimmers in here are really, really beautiful. I had to repress the shade because it came broken. But I love this with my whole entire heart. It is so freaking gorgeous. Like, look at that. Such a beautiful color story, and in my opinion, it's still not the best that they've launched this year. Like, that's amazing, but they have done so many good palettes, like I've said, and that doesn't even come close to being my favorite. I mean, this one, actually, I didn't even realize I had two Nomad palettes in a row, but we have number 51, which is the Chris Kindle Market. This is their Christmas launch, and I love this. This is one of my favorite Christmas launches this year. I love how they put the shimmers in the shape of a tree. That is cute. But I also really love, this is like neutral, but you have two matte pops of color and then a few pops of color in the shimmers as well. So you can really like do a neutral crease and then add a pop of color with the shimmer, or you could do a colorful look. I did both and I love them. I've had a blast playing with this one off camera as well. I just think it's so beautiful. And again, this has some of their best shimmers that they've done. Like I feel like they've stepped it up. I don't know if they've changed their formula, but it feels like kind of like the New Zealand stargazing, how those feel like so silky and just are so shimmery and high impact. That's the vibes I've been getting from all of their launches lately. Now we are at the top 50. And coming in at number 50 was the first palette I ever tried from Singe Beauty. We have the Galactic Visitor, and I love this so much. But again, she's done even better than this one, in my opinion. The formula and everything on this is perfect. I love all of these deep shades as well. I think this palette is so beautiful. I was blown away. Like, she just came in here hot with such an amazing formula. Honestly, I'm not surprised. But it has been nothing but amazing things. So this one just isn't my favorite color story, but it's still beautiful and I still love it. Still love all of the looks that I created with it. I love the artwork as well. And I still think it's a beautiful color story. One that I am so happy to have. But out of what she's released, is not my favorite. You might be shocked. Coming in at 49, we have the Lethal Cosmetics Adventure Time palette. So this one at first I did not like. But again, I think I was in like a mood. We've had a lot going on like in life, and I've been a roller coaster of emotions. One day I'm up, one day I'm down. But I've used this time and time again off camera. And I think I was crazy the week that I reviewed this because I love this so much. This is why I don't go off of my original rankings, because I changed my mind, and I changed my mind on this one. I think this is such a beautifully done rainbow palette. I love the pastels in here. Would I have loved another dark shade? Yes, but maybe it doesn't go with this like collab. I don't know anything about Adventure Time. Don't judge me. But the shimmers in this palette are so delicious. They're so beautiful, but the pastels were really good as well. This was the only piece from that collection I was able to pick up. I wish I would have picked up more, but I am happy to have the palette. The glosses were so freaking cute. Coming in at 48 is a palette from HE.MAKEUPENTHUSIAST Cosmetics. This is the only palette I've tried from them. I was so excited to try them this year. This is the Frosted Fairy Prismatic Pastels, and this palette, let's start with that, is amazing. This color story is so beautiful. This shimmers, I went kind of nuts over this and was so excited to have found this brand. Like, because their formula is giving me top favorite quality. Like, I could see this really coming to the top of my list so fast. And then, like, all that stuff came out about them calling that customer ugly and making fun of them for having, I think, psoriasis or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was terrible. And I ended up decluttering this year because I don't get down with bullies. Not in, like, my behind-the-scenes life, not on my channel, and I just can't support that. So I will not be reviewing them anymore. I usually don't, like, cut brands off entirely, and because I do think people can change, like I mentioned in my eyeshadow video, like my collection video, but I just really don't like that. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see how things go. But I don't know. Coming in at number 47. Oh my god. I love this one so much. It's the Monk palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I've said it a million times, but I really love that they launched this in February because it is not at all Valentine's Day themed, but sometimes, like, I feel like certain times of the year, like Christmas especially, and which this Christmas was different, but Valentine's Day, you get a lot of the same color stories, and they gave us something different. But not only that, it's yellow and orange, which I love. The mustard is so beautiful, but these shimmers are so pretty, you guys. This is a monochromatic palette, but it's so beautiful and done in such a perfect way. It goes from really light to really dark, and just outstanding quality all around. Such a freaking gorgeous launch, and I love her. Coming in at 46, we have the 'Tis the Season from Cosmic Beauty. I get so hung up on trying to pick a favorite between this one and the Festive Holiday from DD Signature, and I keep going back and forth, and it's been the DD Signature, but I am so drawn to the top half of this palette that I think I changed my mind and it might be this one. The undertone of these greens are so freaking gorgeous. And I love this burnt orange. I love this whole row. This peach is so pretty too. Like, you could do like a green outer crease situation with some of that peach in the inner corner. And like do these two shimmers on the lid together. It would be so pretty, so different. They look too beautiful next to each other in these rows for it to not be outstanding on the lid. But this is a beautiful palette. Such a gorgeous color story, gorgeous formula. Like I said, their formula is very consistent. It's like the same great formula throughout every single launch. I also tried this brand this year for the first time, and it is coming in at $45. We have Gloss Gods, the Dancing Lights palette. I was blown away with this one too. I actually tried them and Divini around the same time I tried Kemia Cosmetics, and I was astounded by the quality in this palette. The pastels are superb, truly, and the mattes, all the other mattes were beautiful, but the shimmers, you know, you have me at the shimmers. Like, I need a good matte. It's the base, the foundation of a look, at least for me and how I like to do mine, but the shimmers have to be good. They have to take my breath away, and they sold me so hard on this. I would love to see them come out with some more colorful palettes so I could try more from them. Someone said something about the Metals palette, and I would like to try that cool tone version, but I really, really love this. This is so freaking amazing. Coming in at number 44, one of my favorite Valentine's Day launches. Like, I know I just said that about Smitten, but this one is too. It's the Bitten palette, Smitten Bitten, from Gourmande Girls, and I did get this one on PR, but this is what I mean by creating a fun color story with a twist. And for me, like, there's so many twists in this palette. Like, look at all of the different undertones of mattes, yet they still go together and create gorgeous cohesive looks. I love the added pops of gray. You have two, like a light and a mid-tone. This is such a beautifully crafted palette. Truly a work of art. There are some really gorgeous shimmers in here as well. They always sell me on the shimmers, but I think I love them even more now than I ever have because they just released so many hits this year. You're going to see a lot more. Coming in at number 43, we have the Odin's Eye Autumn Alva palette, and this color story is delicious. Absolutely love it. I had the same issue with the shimmer, but the rest of it was fine. And as long as you work it that way that I told you, it's fine. But I love this color story. This shade is so pretty, but this shimmer is so pretty. It is so dirty and beautiful and so fun. This is such an outstanding color story. You should totally go see the look I created with this. I can't remember. I loved them both, but one of them was my absolute favorite. And I think I did this on the lid, and I somehow tied this in back here. And it was so freaking cool. You'll just have to trust me and go check it out. But I love it. I love it so much. That is such a unique shade in my collection. This one I also really loved. You guys know I raved about it. I created one of my favorite looks of all time with this one. Coming in at number 42, we have the Murky Meadow from Unearthly Cosmetics. Neutral with a twist, and one of the best twists I've ever seen. This shade is also very beautifully pigmented. Takes my breath away, but the shimmers in this are really pretty. This has like a very fiery, peachy, like it goes from peach to yellow. It is so pretty. You can create some freaking fire looks with this. And Man, did I. Have I. Will I. I love it so much. This is one of my favorite palettes I've ever, like, of all time. And it's coming in at 41, which I have a problem, like, picking favorites, obviously. But I do need to buy a new one because mine is broke. But it is the Ink and Roses palette from Artitude. And I took this with me on vacation and it got broke at the airport. But this is my favorite Valentine's Day launch of the year. This is so spectacular, so beautiful, and I have not been able to use this because I'm so scared of getting glass in my eye, but I can't let it go. I really have to buy a new one before they sell out. If they haven't, I haven't checked since their Black Friday sale, but this is so freaking amazing, so beautiful. I love this color story. Is it not so fun and adventurous? This like pop of pea green is so beautiful. This gray, and then you have this like deeper green. That's the twist. I feel like in this palette, even this neutral, I think it's so gorgeous. They're a brand to watch. I have loved reviewing them. We're officially at the really freaking good palettes. And coming in at number 40, we have the From the Roots palette from DD Signature. And I love this. It is chaos in a palette, but in my opinion, it was done so beautifully. And I love this so much. When I look at this, I see so many different looks you could create with this palette. I think it's such a well thought out color story. I've heard people say they feel overwhelmed by it, but I feel like if you just cover like some of the pops of color, it will help you like be able to maybe not feel as overwhelmed by it. But I love this. This is so gorgeous and unique and beautiful, and the shimmers are so pretty. Like, look at that cool tone blue with the yellow flip. It's so stunning. It's like, sign me up. Coming in at number 39, we have the Gourmande Girls Call of the Sirens. This is one of the best like mermaid themed palettes I have ever seen. I love this so much. Clearly I have pan in one of the shades. This is such a beautiful like jewel tone palette, but it has a twist. I love the added neutral in here, especially the undertone of it. I feel like it adds an extra layer to this palette that makes it more fun and adventurous. These shimmers are really fun too with this color story. Not something I would have originally thought to pair with this, but the looks I've created with this palette get me every time. They all end up being favorites, and for good reason. Like, it is truly outstanding. Look at that marbled shade. It is so pretty. It looks like crushed up seashells. It's so pretty. Coming in at number 38, one of my favorite collabs of the year, and it is from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is the Witch is Familiar with Batty Bean here on YouTube, and this is like berry heaven. I love this color story. I've talked about it a few times, but I do feel like this one pushed me out of my comfort zone. I usually don't create looks with palettes this berry heavy, but I ended up loving the looks I created with this so much, and it has some of the most fun and exciting like shimmers that I have ever seen in this palette. Like, it's so freaking outstanding. And honestly, the collab could not make more sense. This is such a her color story, and I think she just nailed it. The formula obviously is 10 out of 10, but the artwork is so freaking cute too. She just did such a good job. One of my favorite collabs. Look at those shimmers. Coming in at 37, we have the Tones of Turd from Glaminatrix. This color story is so freaking grungy and so beautiful. Like, my whole wardrobe looks like this, and I love this color story so much. The shimmers are so good. I will say the mattes are a little kick-uppy in this palette. It's a couple of them, not all of them, but they still perform beautifully. You just kind of have to be careful and tap your brush. But these shimmers are next level. One of the best palettes in my collection. One of my favorites. I love like the whole theme and that it was like a joke and the world like went crazy over it and then they created it. I think that's hilarious and I love it so much. She like truly did not disappoint with this one at all. I love the like artwork, the leather, or it's probably like pleather, the packaging. It's so fun. Coming in at number 36, my favorite neutral palette, the Mocha Moment from Gourmande Girls. I did get, I forgot to tell you, the two Gourmande Girls palettes and the From the Roots palette from DD Signature NPR, but this is gorgeous. Like, come on. It's neutral with a twist. I love the murky greens. This one is like a bit brighter, but I feel like it makes it even more exciting. I love like the muted purples as well. The shimmers in this are insane. They are so beautiful. You have some really pretty like duo multi-chromes, and then you have some very, very high shine metallic shades that are insane. Like, this is insane. You can like see your reflection in that silver. It is one of the most beautiful silver metallics I have ever seen in my life. It is so breathtaking. And then the Bonfire. It has that same really cool packaging that the Tones of Turd has, but this one is coming in at number 35. And I feel like Galaminatrix really delivered on this one as well. I love this cool tone quad out here. I think that makes like it have a really fun twist to it as well. These mats are kick-uppy as well. But again, if you just tap your brush, it's fine. These shimmers are so beautiful. I love like these pale yellow types of iridescent shades, but this is such a fun color story. I love like autumn color stories like that. Honestly, I have so many of them, but I could never get enough. They make me so happy. And coming in at number 34, I had to give it to the Black Cherry from Simply Posh. I love this so much. This color story is so beautiful, and mine is jumbled up, but I had so much fun creating looks with this one. I love this row and this gray one. They are so beautiful. Again, the duos are such stunning shades, and like she puts them together, like the colors in the duos together in a way that makes the palettes even more special. I feel like the color combos you can come up with are truly just so breathtaking. I could not love this more if I tried. One of my favorite palettes that she's ever launched, and I'm just blown away by it. I'm literally tongue-tied. But coming in at number 33, we have the Emo palette from Adept. This palette was really fun too. Although I will say it is kind of similar to the Minka. They're different, like the mattes are different and everything, but the vibes I feel like are similar. I heard Angelica say that, and ever since she said it, I can't get it out of my head. And I didn't pick up their latest launch. I did get this one in PR, but I didn't pick up their last launch. And it was for that reason. I felt like the vibe of it was very similar. But I will say this is very beautiful. I love this shade, MC1. It's like a cool tone blue with that pink flip. It's so stunning. And I've had a blast creating looks with this one. It's still a favorite, but I can totally see what she's saying. Coming in at number 32 is another palette I love so much, but it's the Shadow Sculpt from Unearthly. This has their older shimmer formula in it, and I love that formula as well. So I was so excited with this palette. This color story is so freaking stunning. I love this. One of the best color stories I think that launched this year, and like the shimmers are so good. I cannot get enough of this one. The color story, like the undertones of these mattes are astounding. I always say when you catch me swatching a matte, you know it's a good one. I love this so dearly, but you do have to love their older formula. It is very shifty, very reflective, but if you deal with creasing, you might not like it as much. I don't really, so it never bothered me. It's just, but it's so beautiful. It's truly one of my favorites. Coming in at number 31, another new palette. The Haunt Me from BLENDBUNNY. This one was really fun. I love this. I love the quads as well. The formulas in here are freaking incredible. The looks that I did with this one were really fun. The lip liners are really good. They're like full on waterproof. They are beautiful. I had so much fun with this palette. I love the color story. I really want to use this with the Rotten palette as well, but I haven't had the chance yet, but I do think this one is amazing. Coming in at number 30, if it wasn't for the fact that this was an all shimmer palette, it would have been in my top 10. We have the Dewdrops Part 2 from DIEVERUNE Cosmetics. This is amazing. These little 6 pans from DIEVERUNE live on my desk. And they always will. Like, oh, truly one of the best shimmer formulas. These are so thin and silky smooth and just so freaking gorgeous. I cannot tell you enough how amazing this formula is. You guys, they are so beautiful, so reflective, like one of those brands that I will never miss a launch from because they are truly just such favorites. I cannot get enough, and I mean that with my whole entire heart. So this one I bought last year, but I didn't try it until this year. But it is the Glaminatrix Nocturnal. I think this is the mini version, but this is an amazing color story. These two shades together on the eye are so freaking amazing. I have truly loved and adored this color story more than words could ever say. It is so adventurous and fun, and just I am blown away by whoever thought to put these together. I love you. Like, it is so amazing. This shimmer is so breathtaking, but this one is amazing, and that's another one I wanted for a long time, but didn't pick it up for, I probably couldn't afford to, but I don't know what I was waiting for because it is so freaking good. I just realized we are finally in the 20s, you guys, but coming in at number 28 is the Beauty Below from BLENDBUNNY. Look at that packaging. Like, that is just chef's kiss amazing. But so is the color story. Like, this is so beautiful. It is giving dark, murky, underwater, like mermaid siren type of vibes. And this is so gorgeous. And I'm just noticing this is laid out in those little quads too. I don't know why I never noticed that before, but this one is so beautiful, so fun and exciting. I had so much fun with this, but this one grew on me. I love this more now than I did when I originally reviewed it. But look at this quad, like on the eye. That would be so stunning. Every part of me wants to do that now. But I love this. I think it's such a beautiful color story. They've come out with some really fun launches this year, and I nowhere near picked up all of them, but all of the ones that I did pick up, I ended up loving so much. Coming in at number 27, another one of my favorite palettes this year. It's the Vintage from Artitude Cosmetics. This is such a beautiful color story. It kind of reminds me of summer sometimes. Like, if you take this away, it's summer. but it's also such a beautiful fall palette. This is one I've dug into time and time. I have pan in this shade and a little in this shade. It's one of my favorite launches that launched this year. And when it first launched, it was all I talked about. I went on and on and on, and for such good reasons. This is such a fun and exciting color story, and they really just nailed it. I love the green and peach. It's so stunning together. I've created so many looks with this palette and the Urban Neutrals, and I just can't stop. They're such great palettes. The undertones that are in this are so beautiful. I love the artwork too. I think maybe they shouldn't have called it neutrals because a lot of people seem to have issue with that, but I love the color story so much. I didn't care what the name was. Coming in at number 26, this is my favorite Adept palette this year, and it is the EBES, and I would change this shade to like a muted red maybe, but I love this so much. I love the murky greens, but this shimmer, it's a hollow, but it is a green red multi-chrome hollow, and it is one of the most beautiful hollows I have ever seen. But the looks I did with this one were so freaking fun, and this is one I had to make myself stop using it because it was the only thing I was using off camera because I was so in love with it. It's just so beautiful, and that's the thing I love about indie brands is you find some good ones that really create unique shades, and then eventually you see other brands like coming out with similar ones, but that shade, at least as far as my collection is concerned, Adept did first, and it is freaking stunning. So coming in at 25, this is another new brand I tried this year, and it is Divini Beauty, the Mingo palette. Again, like I said earlier, this one blew me away. This color story is so beautiful. The undertones of these shades are so pretty, and just, I don't know, like even though this is a very like green pink heavy palette, and even though I'm not crazy about pink, the way they did this palette makes it so perfect and made me love it more than I could ever express. The reds and even the muted red is amazing. I love the shimmers as well. I'm running out of places to swatch or to clean my hands after I swatch, but I can't help myself. This one was so good. I really want to try more from them, but look at those two like marbled shades. They're so pretty. I did try a lot of really cool indie brands this year, and I'm so excited that I did. Coming in at number 24, this is one of the, I keep saying the same thing, but I want to say this is one of the best palettes this year, but let me rephrase. This is one of the best, if not the best, like bright, vivid, colorful palette maybe ever that I've ever seen. It's the Drops of Fantasy from DD Signature. This is freaking amazing. These are so pigmented, and I saw Deandra Nicole swatch this on Instagram, and the way it showed up on her dark skin, like the best bright shades I've ever seen, working for very light people, very dark skinned people, and everyone in between. Like, she freaking nailed this formula. It is amazing. And it's not even just that. Like, people look at this maybe and think, oh, it's a rainbow palette, but it is so much more than that, because you have like these very special, unique undertones that make this so much more than a rainbow palette. And not even just that, like, these are some of the best vivids I've ever seen. And then you throw in the shimmers too. Come on, like, oh, it's so perfect. Like, so perfect. They're so beautiful. When I saw this, used it, I lost my freaking mind with excitement. I wanted everyone to have this palette. And I love the artwork. It is so fun. It's so different. It really makes me want to drink an orange pop. I don't know why, but it really does. This one was exciting because it was the first piece of PR I ever got from Bella Beauty Bar, and it's coming in at $23, but it is the Come Play With Us, and this is so beautiful. This is a dark, twisty Christmas palette, and this one was so fun. Another one of the best Christmas palettes that launched this year. Look how fun these shimmers are. They are so beautiful. This marbled shade is so unique and such a different kind of shade. It's called Imaginary Friend, and it's so pretty. It does not pick up the way it should on camera, the way I want it to, but it's so much more pretty in real life. And just knowing that and looking at it right there should tell you how freaking good it is, because it looks amazing there, but it's even better in person. It's so amazing. This whole palette is so beautiful. And like I said earlier, I really loved the dark, twisty Christmas color stories, because usually it's the same thing over and over, and it really feels like all of these indie brands got together and decided they wanted to change things up this year. I don't know if that's true, but I really love it, and I love the packaging on this one as well. This format from Bella Beauty Bar is one of my favorites too, but this one is amazing. And coming in at $22 is another one from Bella Beauty Bar. This one I bought myself. It is the Ocean Jewel. Again, these are very good bright shades too. This shade has big old pan in it because I can't help myself. I want to put my hands in this palette every time I look at it. I was so in love with this. For the longest time, it was my favorite, and I didn't think anything was going to beat it out. But now we see it down here at number 22, which should tell you a lot. But this is amazing, and I love this so much. Such a beautiful color story. Like, I love all these dark shades up here, and then you have the brights. There's like so much contrast in this, and you know, I love a contrasty look. I love like, even this look isn't as dark as I usually take it, but I love like the very lightest to the very darkest in all of my looks, so that one really made me happy. But then coming in at number 21, we have the Urban Neutrals from Artitude Cosmetics. I have a big pan in this shade as well, because I love this. I love how cool tone this is. I feel like these warmer tone browns are the twist on this palette that make it that much more exciting and thrilling. I love these muted tones. They're really fun, and then you have this beautiful pop of color there. You have gorgeous shimmers in here as well. This was a very fun, very exciting palette, and I still love it, maybe even more than when I reviewed it. And that's saying a lot, because it was one of my favorite. Like, I went nuts. If you've been here, you know I went crazy over a lot of these palettes when I launched. Someone made a joke that every Bella Beauty Bar palette that launches is my favorite. Whatever is new is my favorite. And like, honestly, you're not really wrong. It's so hard to narrow down, because I feel like just when you're sure, like, someone comes out with something even better, like, they're always leveling it up. It is insane. I can't imagine like how stressful it would be to be a brand owner, but I also can't imagine how exciting that creative process would be. I would absolutely love that so much. Okay, so we finally made it to the top 20. And I just want to start this out by saying these are all #1 palettes. And if you love eyeshadow like I do, then you understand what I mean when I say these truly brought me so much joy this year, and I love them so much, and I cannot wait to continue using them for years to come. They are just so amazing, filled with my true top favorite brands, and I am so excited. So, starting with number 20, this is a relatively new palette to my collection but it is the Starlight Society from Cosmic Brushes. I absolutely adore this palette. It is so fun and beautiful. Such a unique color story as well. This is giving top favorite energy for me because of that unique color story. I love the warm tones that were added in here with the muted colors. It's kind of like cool tone with a twist, which I love. And then we have the pastels. These iridescent toppery shades are freaking outstanding, but so are all of the other shimmer shades as well. I love these two with the black and base, and this purple on the lid with this matte yellow in the crease is amazing. I did that look and I loved it so freaking much. I really loved the liners that were in this collection too, and the lip products, the box, because I did buy like the full bundle, and I'm so glad I did because everything about that collection to me was top tier and I love it so much. So coming in at number 19, we have the Dexter palette from Lethal Cosmetics. There are not enough words for how much I loved this palette, the color story and everything. This is truly so outstanding. The shimmers are really, really beautiful, but so are the mattes. I really love like this half warm, half cool color story. I love mixing warm and cool tones together to create an eye look. I think it makes it so much fun and makes the look stand out even that much more. The shimmers again are so pretty. This one was like blood splattered, but she has used and abused. I have loved this palette to pieces. I hate storing it, so I pretty much just set it up like a piece of decor, but it makes total sense for the show and everything, and they really just nailed that collaboration. But that is such a freaking amazing palette. This is one of my favorite collabs like of all time. They nailed it. So this is DIEVERUNE Cosmetics with Andromeda, the other part with that little quad, and this is so amazing. I love cool tones. I mean, you know, by the time you finish watching this, at least, I love them dearly, but I also really love the murky green. This pop of bright green is so beautiful. The cool tone purples, the shimmers in here are insane. Absolutely breathtaking. DIEVERUNE has one of the best shimmer formulas, and not even just that, she creates very unique and beautiful shades that just take my breath away every time I use them. I just cannot get enough. This brand just keeps getting better and better with every single launch, and that's how it's been all year. Like, I love them with my whole heart, and I love the whole like theme, the vibe, the color story. I think this collab is literally perfect. I could not have done it better myself. Coming in at number 17, we have my favorite Fantasy Cosmetica palette this year, which is the Ranger palette. I love this. I love how muted this is. It's such a beautiful take on a red and green palette. It's giving very murky grunge in an earthy, beautiful way. The shimmers in here are really beautiful. This marbled shade is really fun too. But the looks I did with this one really were all favorites. Every look I've done with it since has been a favorite. Every time I wear this, it blows me away. I really love the way this packaging looks as well. I bet using this palette with that Adept shimmer, the green and red one, would be really pretty too. But I love that one. Coming in at number 16 is the Dead Cute from Unearthly. This is a very beautiful, bright, vivid palette, but you're also getting the depth, which I love. And it goes from really light to really dark. I will say the blush palette that was in this is amazing as well. The lip products were really fun too, but I absolutely love this. I love like these bright shimmers up here. This shimmer is probably my favorite. It's just so pretty, but there are some really gorgeous iridescent shades in here too. The contrast just really sends me it's my favorite part of it, but it brought me back to my first love, which was bright, vivid things, and made me fall in love with it again. So I love this. This one was so fun. So this is coming in at 15, and it's the Agate Temptation from Singe Beauty. This was gifted to me at the Creators and Friends event, where I got to go to the dinner where this was given to us with Singe Beauty. And that was such a dream come true, because I got to hang out with Angelica and a bunch of my other favorite creators, and it was a moment that I'll never forget. But this, again, is a fall color story, but it has like the summer twist, so you can use it for either or. It's giving 70s grunge, and I love it. This cool tone really just adds a whole twist to this palette. One of my favorite looks I've ever done in all time was with this palette. It's actually like look 2 or look 3 in my video. I blew my own self away with it. It's so beautiful, but these shimmers, like, do you see this one? It is so breathtaking. I absolutely love everything about this. It's my 2 favorite like colors, orange and green, in a palette, so of course I'm gonna be thrilled. This one was hard to find a place for, because this is one of my favorite palettes and the color story is so good. But it's coming in at number 14. It is the Trapped from Gourmande Girls, and I did get this in PR. I love this so much. I had a very, very hard time picking my favorite Gourmande Girls palette this year, because, man, she really did so many good launches. But this color story is so freaking perfect. I love how deep and dark this back half is, and then you have like these gorgeous pastels. The undertones in this palette are so fun, but the shimmers are next freaking level. This shade is like a cool tone purple. It is so beautiful when you mix it, but you could just press your finger down and like pat it on and get that same pattern on the eye. And it's so freaking cool. I absolutely love this. This whole collection was so amazing. The highlighters, I love. I have like a bunch of the lip products, which I love so much as well. I just think this is perfect. These deep shades that she chose for this outer quad are truly just so perfect and go with all of the other colors so well. Like, oh man, it's such a good palette. But coming in at number 13 is another collab, and this one, this might be my highest ranking collab. I'm pretty sure it is. It is one of the best collabs I've ever seen, and it's the coalescence between Newport and Bella Beauty Bar. This is like a fairy garden dream, and this is everything I love in eyeshadow right now. It's like muted, but also very cool toned. It's giving kind of grungy, but it's like fairy-esque. It's so beautiful, and the undertones of the shimmers and the multi-chromes are so fun. There's so many different types of shimmers in here as well. They just did such a good job on this palette, and I feel like they really added something different and special and unique to Bella Beauty Bar's line, which makes it even better. Like the way you can just mix these shimmers and layer them and everything is just so fun, and I've had so much fun with this palette. I just think they did such a good job together. You'll have to let me know if you picked it up. I love this bright pop of purple in here. There's so many twists and turns, but yet they all work like so cohesively. Coming in at number 12, we have the Broken Jewels from DD Signature. This is one of my favorite palettes as well. This color story is so amazing. I don't see a single thing about this I would change. There is so much contrast in this, but again, the color story is so perfect. Like this pop of periwinkle, Like what made her think to put that in there? I don't know, but it is so genius. This periwinkle, like where I have this blue and then this green in the outer part, is so beautiful. You could even do like this all over the lid. It's just such a fun palette. I could not rave about this enough. I love like this clay shade in here with the pop of gray. Like this is such a perfectly curated palette. It was so fun. It blew my mind. But I had to give my favorite DD Signature palette to this one. The Festive Elegance, which is the best Christmas palette that launched this year. This is truly elegant in the most beautiful grungy way, which you know I love grunge, so this one was right up my alley. I was so in love with all of the looks I did with this. I'm pretty sure I did 2 on camera, but I've done several after, like off camera as well, and I've had so much fun with this every single time I have touched it. Again, there is so much contrast in this as well, and I love it. I love like the mustard, the grungy greens. This is a very neutral heavy palette, but done in a way where I feel like it flows just so perfectly. The artwork and everything on this is amazing. I'm like just over here blown away that she has launched the best Christmas palette 2 years in a row. Like she freaking nailed it. But now we are down to the top 10. We finally made it and I am so excited. And it's quite funny how this top 10 is littered with the same brands. I'm still curious to see if anyone guessed my number 1. I really think you're going to be shocked at who took that place. But coming in at number 10, we have the Green Goddess. This is so perfect. Look at the artwork. And I almost forgot to add this one. Someone reminded me and I had to go back in and like rearrange all the palettes. I was so annoyed with myself, but so glad I didn't forget. I thought this, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking this launched last year, but I know better. But anyways, this is so beautiful. Such a fun color story. I love the muted vibes. I love this bright like minty shade. It's so beautiful. I love the muted reds. The freaking shimmers, and I love the new formula that's in this one. It's this shade Lush. It's really pretty. It's almost like a putty formula. Like they're so pretty. Bella Beauty Bar does the most and does it so freaking well. And that might be why the Dark Dreamscapes is coming in at number 9. The artwork on this is freaking cool. I love this, but it's not the artwork that puts this up so high. It's the color story. Oh, I love it. The shade makes my heart so happy. I love this added pop in here too. This is packed full of amazing shades. These are so beautiful, and again, there's so much contrast. I love that so much about this brand, is they really balance their palettes out and in the perfect way, in a way that I love, because you get it in the mattes and the shimmers, which you don't see a lot with a lot of brands. So that makes me super happy. This is a gorgeous hollow, but this is definitely my favorite shade in the palette. It is so freaking pretty. I want to literally scream every time I see it because it's that bright orangish peach, but it has that cool tone base and it's so stunning. So you could do like this in the inner corner and then like this shade and maybe this shade in the outer corner and then do this all over the lid. You could even use some of this too towards the inner part if you wanted. And take away the purple, of course. But, like, can you see it? The way that would look so freaking good. This is an astounding palette. Amazing. A perfectly curated color story. And it's that middle shade. I mean, they're all beautiful. That middle one freaking sends me. I had to give number 8 to the Cosmic Beauty Death Tarot palette. This is amazing. It's everything I've been telling you in this whole video. So I'm just going to say that at the risk of repeating myself over and over and over again. This is my favorite launch of theirs this year, and for good reason. I can understand why everyone's at the Starlight Society, but I love grungy, cool things, and this one is giving that. This like red purple corner makes me so happy, and I think that's because of Betty Jean's palette. She got me into that, but I love like these murky tones as well. All of the grays up here. This is such a fun and exciting palette. The way I had so much fun not only doing looks with this one, but swatching it. Every time I look at this, I get so excited. I literally cannot stand it because it just is such an amazing launch. They really just knocked it out of the park. Number 7 was really freaking good though too. And it's from NOMAD. This one I did get in PR. The Pacific Northwest. Like freaking say less. Look at this color story. Are you kidding me? This is so amazing. This is currently my favorite NOMAD palette of all time because this is amazing. I didn't think anything would ever beat out the like New Zealand Stargazing palette or Ghost Town, but she's here. I do want to use this with Ghost Town. I've said that a bunch of times, but I just feel like they're going to go so freaking good together. Think about this too, this look. I just looked at it and saw it. So you could do like this in the inner corner for brightness, this throughout the crease, deepened up with this, and then this on the lid would be so pretty. And maybe even like the inner part, you could do this, because it kind of has like that berry-ish undertone. So stunning. This is such a fabulous launch. Look at those shimmers. They're so wet and glossy looking. Coming in at number 6 is, in my opinion, the best Gourmande Girls palette that launched this year. And it's the Nevermore. But to be honest, oh, I really love Trap too. But I love this so much. You know I'm obsessed with that shade, but I love this one. I love the murky greens, the cool tone color story, but I love how like fiery this shade is in contrast with those murky tones. So anything you pair this with in this palette is going to make this shade pop so freaking hard, and I love that so much. It's so exciting to me and makes me just so excited to play with the palette. I love this, but not even just that shimmer. They're all freaking beautiful, and I knew about this way like months before it launched, and I've been so excited about it ever since. So ready for the day that it came, and it did not freaking disappoint. I also really love this artwork. One of my favorites that they've ever done, because it's giving like that spooky vibe, and it makes me so excited. Now we are finally at the top 5, and I'm just curious if you guys guess any of these at all. Coming in at number 5 is one that I got in PR, but man, one of my favorite brands of all time. It's the Bizarre Botanicals from DIEVERUNE. This is amazing. This color story is so freaking good. Love the satin in here too. Just gotta shout that out. But this color story, you guys, is so beautiful. Like this all over the lid. You cannot even see how beautiful that is like it is in person. But this quad is so pretty on the eyes. So is this one. There are so many, like hundreds of good looks in this palette that I just love so much. This quad is really pretty too, because this shimmer is like marbled, and it has a bit of both of those colors, but there are so many marbled shades in here. The looks I've done with this are insane. This is a number 1 palette. Truly 100% amazing. One of the best launches of all time. And this one is going to go down in history as like a top favorite, because there are just no words to express how much I freaking love this one. Number 4 surprised me. I love this brand, but I did not expect to love this palette as much as I did. And it's the Gothic Romance. I usually don't like a palette that's this matte heavy. I like a more of a matte to shimmer ratio, yes, but not this much. But this is amazing. This color story is freaking perfect. These shimmers are so amazing, and they go so well with all of these mattes. Truly one of my favorite Unearthly palettes of all time. Like, do you see that? It's so freaking pretty. I can't. Like, this is one of the best launches. And it wasn't even just this. Like, the blush palette was a top favorite. The lip products were so good. You gotta love a cool tone, but they're so good. And I was blown away, you guys. This is so amazing. And it's gonna be another one. Like, when I open this, I still have such strong feelings of excitement and joy. Like, that's how you know you love a freaking palette. And this one just freaking hits. Let's continue, because now we're at our top 3. And coming in at number 3, the Singe Beauty Paisley Hoot. You know how I said earlier that was my other favorite neutral palette? This one is, actually. And this is so beautiful. I never ever imagined that I was gonna love this nowhere near as much as I do. But man, this is so perfect. That girl can do grunge like nobody's business. And for as much as I love grunge, I am all over Singe Beauty, and I love it so freaking much. I did get this in PR, which was so exciting, but this is amazing, you guys. The color story, the shimmers, is truly just 10 out of 10. I think she has a launch coming up too in January. I think she said that in a video, but I hope so, because I want more of this. When she said she was coming out with the neutral palette, I was like, oh. But then she came out with this, and this is neutral with the twist. But not even just that, it's just done in the most perfect freaking way, and it's right up my alley. It's very contrasty, which you know I love. It has all the depth in the world, but you have warm tones, cool tones, they're muted tones as well. This is perfect. The artwork is so beautiful as well. Truly one of the best launches of the year, clearly. Out of almost 130 palettes, it ranked at number 3. That is how much I love it. But coming in at number 2 is the Crystallize from Bella Beauty Bar. Man, I think you knew when I reviewed this that it was going to be very, very high up, because I lost my mind. I just did a look again with this the other day. I've done like 4 looks with this off camera, and I just reviewed it because this is such a freaking gorgeous palette. So fun. I love this color story. I really, really enjoy this artwork as well. One of the best launches of the whole year. And my new favorite Bella Beauty Bar palette. I think it's so perfect. You already know this is my favorite shade. I have a type. I just love those cool tone bases with those bright flips like that. They take me out every time. But every shimmer in this palette is perfect. Every matte. It all makes such perfect sense, and they all work so well together. Truly just so amazing. I used this the other day, but I used it with the Melted Mattes palette, the one with the neons, and I did that shade I just showed you, that orange shifty one, and I put that neon peach in the inner corner, and they did cool tone blues in the outer corner. It was freaking good. I loved it so much. I do have a video coming up where I'm actually wearing that look, so stay tuned because I love it so much. It was so beautiful. But the question is, did you guess my number 1 palette? Because I'll be shocked if you did, honestly. But maybe not, because I have talked about this a lot, about how much I really love this palette. I never expected to love it as much as I did, and I'll explain why. It is the Rotten palette between BLENDBUNNY and May Pang. I couldn't say this was my favorite collab without giving it away. But I love this. So the reason I didn't think I would like put this so high up is because we have a palette of matte and a palette of shimmers, and I prefer my palettes to be together, but there isn't a thing about this I don't love. I did create this look with these palettes today. Even the highlighter is from the Iridescent palette. But I love the packaging. I love the mold. I think this is beautiful. I know it's gross to some people, but I think it's beautiful, like how colorful and just gorgeous that is. But this color story is so fun and grungy, but you have these beautiful pops as well, like with the blues and then these two shades specifically. It's just so perfectly curated. The undertones and everything make this so exciting and fun. I feel so adventurous when I create looks with this. I did a pastel blue and red look, and it's one of my favorite looks I've ever done in my life. The way I went crazy. I also did these two shades together in a look that was so beautiful. Like, the looks just keep on giving. This matte formula is amazing. This matte I have out here is this shade and this really deep brown, but these are both really dark shades. But look at that blend. Like, it's amazing. I mean, there's a reason they're called Blend Bunny, I guess, but it is amazing. One of the best collabs of all time. Truly freaking chef's kiss. I could not tell you more how I love it. And then of course you have the Efflorescence palette. The toppers in this are so good. They're so good. And not even just as toppers, but they make such gorgeous highlighters. And I love them. They're like so wet looking, yet colorful at the same time. And that is why this lives on my desk. And I love it. It's truly the best launch of the year. I just think they really just nailed that whole collab. It's so amazing. So this was a super long video, but it was super fun. I love eyeshadow, you guys. I say it in every video, but I don't think I just say it, I show it. I get so much joy and excitement and feel so alive when I play with eyeshadow. And it just brings out that side of me that makes me feel okay. It is my safe space, my happy place, everything. It brings me so much joy. So to say that I sit here every day and create looks for you guys, doing the thing that makes me the happiest person on this earth, the words could not be more true. I truly love being here. I love what I do. I love you guys, and there's not enough words to tell you how grateful I am that you choose to spend your time with me. Like I said, PR this year has been amazing, and that's all because of you guys. Because if you didn't watch my channel, I would be dishing out the money for all of these palettes like I did last year. And times are tough, you know, and of course the PR does help. So I really appreciate it. And it's not even just about the monetary value of it. It's just knowing that because of you, I get these opportunities, and I am so thankful and grateful, and they're just truly, there's not enough words. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and for spending this year with me and being a part of my journey. Some of you guys have been here since the very beginning, and that means so much to me too, that you had like faith in me and you stuck it out, like even still, like as I'm learning and getting better with editing and learning my lighting and my audio and all of those things. You put up with me, and I really appreciate it. You guys inspire me every day, and I'm truly blessed. But thank you so much for watching this video all the way till the end. You're gonna have to let me know what your top palettes are of the year, whether they're new or old. It does not matter. I want to know your favorites. Maybe you have something that I missed out on. I probably don't need to pick anything else up, but I do love all things makeup, so I wouldn't be mad at it either. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. I hope you guys have not only the best day ever, but the best 2026. May it be better than 2025 for all of us. But until next time, bye.